welcome back to my channel. My name is Andrea, and I am a homeschooling mom of 2 kids. We do the Charlotte Mason classical education style of homeschooling. And today I want to talk to you about an order I just got in the mail from Rod and Staff. So I'll do a little unboxing with you as well as a flip through of what we got. And it's all 4th grade stuff. So I ordered some stuff for my son, and it's kind of in addition to things that I already got for him for these same subjects for the 4th grade. But I am just realizing that we are flying through my current summer plans, and I was just going to need more stuff. So I got more stuff, and I do just love Rod and Staff. And actually, it is kind of setting my mind at ease on some questions. I was questioning some of my choices, like, is this going to lead to some gaps or, whatever. So it's kind of going to be filling all of those problems for me. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to show the unboxing of what I got in the mail. It's always so fun to get this. And may I just say, with Rod and Staff, first of all, I so appreciate how they send things. It also is so nicely wrapped, and there's never any problems with packaging. So I just really like how they do it. It's always such a bummer when you have to send something back because something is broken or smushed or missing or something like that. So anyway, I've ordered a lot of things from Rod and Staff over the years, and I never have a problem with any of it. First thing that I got that I wanted to talk about, which is kind of funny, is 4th grade math with Rod and Staff. And if you've been following me, you know that I have been in this back and forth with my son requested to go back to Math with Confidence for the 4th grade, yet he's doing so well with Rod and Staff math that I'm like, oh, gosh darn, I don't know what to do. So I had already gotten Math with Confidence 4th grade for him for like a while ago. And I am still planning on using it for sure. But we are just flying through my summer plans. Like, I've been having them do the math facts that stick from Kate Snow, she's the author of all the Math with Confidence stuff. And they know their math facts so well that it's not taking weeks to get through it. It's taking like days to get through a week worth of stuff. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, I think that probably at the beginning of June, I'm going to go ahead and start the Math with Confidence for both my daughter who's in the 2nd grade and my son who'll be in the 4th grade. And I have to, look, math is not my strong suit at all. It never was, but it kind of seems to be for both of my kids. And we also just have this habit of doing math every single day at the same time every day. So they're just kind of like ready to go after we're done with our Bible study. We go straight into math at the beginning part of our day. So they just always know that they have math. Anywho, so I think that the Math with Confidence is like a little lighter and more gentle than the Rod and Staff math that they've been used to. And so we're also probably going to go through that pretty quickly too. And we might, with my son, at least for the 4th grade, we might take that into September, October, and then I might start in with the Rod and Staff Math 4. And as I was looking through the 4th grade Rod and Staff, and I think that I will easily be able to skip the first several chapters because it's going to be such a review. So that's going to be my plan. But one of the things that I just really love about Rod and Staff math is, first of all, it's scripted, which so is Math with Confidence, also scripted. I love all of the teaching ideas and guides that it has here, because I also like how you can either do all of it, or you can pick and choose the things that you want to work on each day as part of the lesson before they do the actual work of math. And all of their drills and the things that you would do just kind of in a classroom setting or a lesson setting with your child, they are so useful and so good. Like, I love their mental math drills, how they just keep adding on and getting more and more complicated. It just has really solidified the math facts for my son to where I'm thoroughly impressed by what he's able to do. I also just love how Christian it is. There's so many things that they use from the Bible to be in these math lessons that is also just reinforcing biblical facts or biblical stories. And that's ultimately, again, one of the main reasons why we homeschool, is so that they can have this very solid biblical upbringing. And I love how it's reinforced even in math, even in everything that they do. Flipping through it, it looks great. What it comes with are 2 teacher's guides like this, just like the 3rd grade math. And also, may I just say how nice and pretty they look on my bookshelf. They always look so nice and neat and clean. Sometimes the spiral bound things or the paperback books can start to look a little junky over time, and these just look so nice. Anyway, especially since my homeschool room is kind of down here in our main living area, and it's not like I'm not saying that this room looks nice all the time, but every little bit helps. So anyway, and also it comes with, this is the student book. Another thing that I like about it is that the only thing, if I want my daughter to do this in the 4th grade as well, just like I have all the 3rd grade stuff ready to go for her with rod and staff, if that's what we're going to do. And the only thing that I would need to buy extra are the tests and also the speed drills if we feel the need to do this. So anyway, so this is the student text. And then it also came with speed drills, like I said, which are easy to do, and all of the tests come in this little booklet. And that's it. So that is why I ordered another math for my 4th grader, because I don't really want to move ahead too quickly. I know that sometimes that can just ruin the love of something for a kid if you kind of just get to be way over their head too soon. So I think that I like how they both enjoy math. They enjoy doing math every day. And so we kind of just needed a little bit more of it. And so this will be the best of both worlds. Math with Confidence will be very fun for them over the summer. And then we also have Rod and Staff, which I'm not saying it's not fun. It's just not quite as flashy. And then I also ordered grade 4 English. With Ambleside Online, they don't really have a thing that says, oh, you should do some kind of an English program with your kid. They are doing narration. In 4th grade, he's doing written narrations, like a few a week. He narrates everything that he reads, which is just telling back what he read, and you can tell it back in different ways. Find creative ways of doing that, or you can also write it out in the 4th grade. And I think that that's going to be fun for him. He writes a lot just on his own. So anyway, they don't have like an English program, but they do say to continue to teach grammar. And the grammar is mostly like once a week, it says. I kind of want to do it more than once a week. So what I got for him for 4th grade grammar was this, and I ordered it through Memoria Press. We used the grade 3 this past year, but we finished it like months ago because it's not that much. This was actually something that my son would do if he got up before his sister, so before we did our Bible study together and then moving on for the day, I mean, he would just kind of do a couple of pages like this in the morning. And so typically what I would have him do is 1 or 2 pages, usually 2 at a time. And it doesn't take a lot of explanation from me because it just goes over, it kind of defines a part of speech here at the top. And then, so if you read that and understand that, then you can answer these questions. And then that's it. It's really just a pretty simple reinforcement of some of these rules about parts and speech, mechanics of writing. But I was wondering if it wasn't quite enough. So again, we're going to be starting this sooner than I thought because my summer plans, I don't know if you guys are like this, but I kind of find that our days go a little better when they have some structured school time in the morning, even if it is summertime outside. So every day, I think that it's kind of good for my kids to have a couple of hours of structured stuff, and then they just spend the rest of the day outside playing, or we can go for a hike or go to the park or whatever. It's not like this is like I'm keeping them inside all summer, but I don't know. I want to be able to completely not do any schoolwork when we have family in town or go on vacation, or really anytime my husband is home. My kids are just like, oh, so we're not doing school today, which I love. I mean, sometimes he does like to be like, no, I want to do school with you because he wants to see what's going on. And then that's kind of like a fun substitute teacher type day. But anyway, our lessons, if you do the Charlotte Mason style of homeschooling, the lessons should not take very long, 20 minutes or so. Long story to say that I was wondering if this was not going to be quite enough for grammar. I noticed that it didn't have any sentence diagramming. And so I was really impressed. I got the grade 2 phonics and English set from Rod and Staff for my daughter. And I was just really impressed with it. It looked so solid, again, with the Christian foundations all woven through it. I just love that. And so I went ahead and ordered the grade 4 English for my son. This is what it comes with. This is the student text. This is the student textbook. And then it has some worksheets. There's not a worksheet with every lesson. This is just a supplemental thing that you can do with some of the lessons for extra practice. And then there is a teacher's manual. And just like all Rod and Staff stuff, they're very similar on how the teacher's manuals are set out. It's basically exactly what the kid is seeing in their book. Sorry, right here and right here. But then these are all of some guides on how to teach these things. And just like with math, you don't have to go through absolutely everything. It's just think of what your particular child needs to work on at that moment. But what I really like about it is a lot of it is just like oral drills. We're talking about things and then it's not filling in a worksheet for every single little thing. It's just saying, hey, so give some examples of the subject of a sentence, or, so let me just tell a sentence to you and then you'll tell me what the subject is. And I noticed that in the second grade English that I got for my daughter, they are learning how to diagram sentences. But also in the fourth grade English, they're re-explaining it again. So you can start here without having any of that previous knowledge. I think that is a really wonderful thing about Rod and Staff that I have noticed on all of their stuff that I have used. They have a really good way of reviewing things in the beginning portions of their material. So you can really start from any level. So you could have maybe done nothing at all with sentence diagramming, nothing at all with doing a solid English program, and still start with level 4 if you have a fourth grader, level 4 Rod and Staff English, and it will get you up to speed quickly. Because I haven't done a ton of things like sentence diagramming with my son. I've done a little bit, but not so much. So I was a little concerned about that, if he was going to be able to catch on. And by looking at this, yes, he will be able to get this perfectly fine, because it totally just starts at the beginning with sentence diagramming. This again is where you have a worksheet for extra practice. So if you don't need that extra practice, your kids have been doing sentence diagramming since the second grade. So perfect, you don't need that at all. It looks very gentle in the beginning, but just like with math, I think that by the end of it, he's just going to be so solid on all of these things. I'm really excited about this English for my son. And of course, all along the way, I will let you know how it goes. Also, I did just want to share this with you quickly because I think it's always a good thing to remember. I really appreciate reading Charlotte Mason's words because they're so reassuring, and it's so good at getting my mind back on what's really important. Like, what is my chief aim of educating my kids at home? It's not to get through all of the curriculum. It's not even for them to be like these math geniuses or language geniuses or anything like that. Ultimately, we are to glorify God and enjoy Him forever. And Charlotte Mason is also just really wonderful at explaining what our job is as an educator. And I was talking about this with my husband the other day because I don't know if you guys are like this, but when it comes to my husband, he's always just been super supportive of whatever direction I want to go in with homeschool, starting with wanting to homeschool. However, what I found that I need to do is to just kind of like prep him a little bit with what I'm talking about, because he's at work all day. And so he's just not in this world. And so I can't expect him to be right there with me all the time. I got him so on board with just like the regular classical curriculum, Memoria Press, all that. When I started talking about switching that up and going to Ambleside Online, he's like, wait, who's Charlotte Mason? What are you talking about? So anyway, I've been sharing with him a lot more about Charlotte Mason, reading some sections of the book to him in the evening. And it's really kind of sparked a lot of really fun and interesting discussions just between my husband and I. But one thing that we were talking about the other day was this. And she says, we believe that disposition, intellect, genius come pretty much by nature. But character is an achievement. The one practical achievement possible to us, for ourselves, and for our children. And that all real advance in family or individual or nation is along the lines of character. That therefore to direct and assist the evolution of character is the chief office of education. And so it says the number one duty of educators is, we know that to form in his child right habits of thinking and behaving is a parent's chief duty. and to nourish a child daily with loving, right, and noble ideas. That's the second duty. So I just kind of wanted to throw that in there. I know it's a little bit random, but I think that I might want to start putting in some Charlotte Mason philosophy into most of my videos that I do, because I don't want it to look like I'm just only focusing on this curriculum thing. Like, really, the chief aim of all of this is to develop a character in my children. And it's something that you can do by working on habits of the right thinking and right behavior, and ultimately pointing to glorify God. And so all of the choices that I'm making with curriculum, I want it to instill as much of that as possible. That's why I do really love Rod and Staff. I like a lot of Memoria Press stuff. Anyway, there's so many good like Christian curriculums out there that will help with this and assist it, but it's really a personal relationship that you have with your child. I am a bit of a curriculum nerd. I love curriculum. I love all of these tools and resources that we can have access to, that just make homeschooling so much easier, where it's like really the hard thing is to choose which one I think will work better, or which pieces of which curriculum I'm going to use in my homeschool. And that is just so much fun, and I just feel so grateful to even be able to do that. Anyway, I hope that this video was helpful for you. I don't think I've actually done a flip through of the second grade English and the phonics. My daughter is doing the phonics part already, and I am really enjoying that. So is she. Maybe I'll do that in my next one. I don't know. I haven't decided what the next video is going to be, but I'm pretty sure that will probably be it. Anyway, I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I thank you for watching. I hope you like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.